7, 6, 43, 27, 64, 18, 12, 7, 3, 2, 29.
Where do you want
Put it in the black bag.
this one?
Mm-hmm. Don't care. This meeting is being live streamed, so you're aware we are now live. All right.
Oh, he's dead.
Who are our cleansing? Actually, Grove. All right, gather around. This was something we forgot last week. We are picking up squeak from one of the mics is picking up the. Hear it? The squirrel in the mix. Do you guys on the other end hear a squirrel? Like radio feedback, squeakiness? Anybody?
No squirrel.
Okay. Oh, good. It's just us. All right. Let us take a deep breath. Put your air up so you're not breathing. Everybody. Out. Let us get settled. May they bless our lips. May our tongues be sweet as honey. May we speak swiftly. May we speak loudly. May we be heard. May we be recorded. May we inspire as we are inspired to be.
Yes.
And I call on the gods of technology. All those beings who are in the airwaves. May our bandwidth be broad. May our microphones be sensitive. May our words be transmitted. May YouTube gods record everything. So be it. Let this space be cleansed. What's that? Nope. Wait for them to come get you. Cleansing. Who
Where's
is
the B
cleansing? It's right over there.
Who is the B sound?
Who's always the visa?
Somebody want to do incense?
Who's on? Who? No, Gavin didn't take any part. Assignment for instance. Probably John, because we gave him fire and more fire. See? Told you. Fire, fire, and more fire.
Fire, fire, more fire. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's fire.
Incense holder, which is over there.
But you guys said everything was set up.
There used to be one for the middle.
There's a ton of them in the box right there.
And then you grab it down. There was one for the middle.
By the mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones made whole and holy. By the mighty water, by the light of these stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, by the light of fire, these stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones made whole. By the mighty water, light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, the light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, the light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy. By the mighty water, the stones are made whole and holy. Mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones made whole. By the mighty water, by the light of fire, the stones are made whole and holy.
Is a sacred space. Let all thoughts and words beyond this point focus on the sacred. Work, finances, household obligations have no in the sanctuary. Anger, fear, frustration have no place in the sanctuary. Hatred, spite, and infatuation have no place in the sanctuary. Leave them and all that would hinder our worship here among the. As you enter, may nature's water purify your body, and may the ancestors' fire ignite your spirit.
May this water purify your body and the fire that you. May this water purify your body and the fire that you. May this water purify your body and the fire that ignite your spirit. Water purify your body and the fire that ignite your spirit. May this water purify your body and the fire that ignite your spirit. Purify your body with the fire that ignites your spirit. Water purify your body with the fire that ignites your spirit. Water purify your
Please remain standing as you are. We come to this place to venerate the kindred. May we be blessed by those mighty beings, damsels of the many realms, as we give praise and offering and honor on this sacred night. We are here to honor the kindred.
We are here to honor the kindred.
be acknowledging the host of all the Druids. So let us share in this strain as we lift our voices in song to our Mother the Earth with We Are One with the Mother.
Song number 4.
One with the Mother, we are one. We are one with each other by our lives, by our birth. We are one with the Mother, we are one with the earth. We are one with each other by our lives, by our birth. Great grandmother of the earth. Great grandmother of many, you who were the first it was you who knew the heart of Wolf and his brother Coyote. And it was through your wisdom that you chose Coyote and Eagle. And it was you, Coyote, and leading the people to the earth. So too, you knew that through many of the people would be scattered like seeds on the wind. The last out of the pack would remain here in this space. Watching. So too, do we and new people walk here where your feet once compressed the earth. And we too give you our love and our honor and look to your wisdom to guide our steps. Great grandmother of many, we honor you.
Great grandmother of many, we honor you.
Now Stanley will lead us as we turn our attention to our patron and his shrine.
O Supreme Messenger of the gods, I call you, you who are guardian, guide, and patron of this grove. All traveling Luxembourg, the shrine is your presence. Is because we welcome to our sanctuary. Swiftwood Hermes, your presence is welcome. Swiftwood Hermes, your presence is welcome.
You may be seated. Please mute your mics. It's time for us to take a moment to contemplate the season and the reason of this rite, as Ray explains.
The wheel of the year turns, and the days have reached their longest. Just as the noon hour is the zenith of the sun's trek across the sky, we reach midsummer, the zenith of the year, when the sun hangs longest and the highest in the sky. Now we enter the time of the year when plants and people both beg for and sources from the scorching temperatures. Harvest of the first planting is done, and the plants now begin to shrivel and die in the unforgiving sun's heat. It is the busy time, with many times of, of and people to honor with our culture. On June 6th, D-Day, remember our World War II veterans, those heroes who fought and died for this country on a world stage. On June 14th, Flag Day, we honor our American flag, and as Americans reflect on of the nation's freedom and how we reflect those foundations today. On June 19th, Juneteenth, we will take time to remember that so many in our fair land have been denied freedom. Her freedom had been officially granted to them. On June 20th, Father's Day, we will take a moment to remember and honor those present day fathers, the men who continue to contribute to the next generation. And on July 4th, Independence Day, we will pause in our picnics and fireworks displays to remember how, as Americans, we would no longer abide and tolerate the tyranny of a system of government that was meant to keep us in our place. We are gathered tonight to honor and acknowledge the worth of Abigail Adams, Second Lady and the First Lady of our young nation. Our amazing forethink. Abigail had her large impact on the founding of this country than she often credited for. Daughter of liberal pastor, self-educated, witty, unconventional, and much loved by a family and friends alike. Abigail is worthy of honor in her own right, far beyond that of becoming a spouse of someone famous. As we make ready to give our gifts and offerings to Abigail Adams, let us dwell on the cycle of life, the heat and the cold, summer and winter, and unity continuous. Breathe in the joy and out the sorrows, and know that ending will bring beginnings.
So let us lift our voices as one folk and make our offerings in reverence and joy. Now we recall the cosmos and through our collective memory, Let it be born anew. But let us begin before the beginning, with John calling the causative.
Part 1. Patron of this land and her far-flung children, come, aid us as we renew the cosmos. Through you, let the present and the beginning merge. Let this sanctuary become as the moonbird, the liberty sun, the center of all.
Settle yourself, my friends. Get comfortable. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, let your mind empty. Let worries flow outward with your breath. Breathe again, pulling in the world, and letting your cares drift away. Breathe. Now cast your mind back. Back. Let your mind wander into the deep dark.
In the beginning there was darkness, for the day begins in the night, and the vast emptiness was formless. But in the sea of chaos, gathered into a lifeless ball, churning with heat, pulsing with the heartbeat of the cosmos. And the earth heaved and the elements separated, and above the rolling mass, clouds gathered, beginning as thin wisps of moisture drifting, as the growing mist joined and ascended, until the sky above thickened with the evaporated liquid, drawing a blanket across the newly formed firmament. And these clouds, too, the pulse of the cosmos. And then from the darkness, the gathered waters fell, coming first as a fine mist to cool and soothe the gentle into a mighty deluge, covering the raw, stratified earth in a thick layer of frosting liquid. And these waters took up the heartbeat, ebbing and flowing, a steady balm on the world.
Then, above the throbbing pulps, the sky grumbled, and the light flashed. In the thick dark clouds, tentative flickers sparkled randomly, and grumbled echoing. Until the night was dark and silent no longer. Then the right reached out with forked fingers to stroke the waters, to prod the land, not and in that moment, the land and the waters were joined with the fires from the skies above. And the heartbeat of the cosmos pulsed throughout the new world until life filled all of the realms. And the day began. Jonathan?
So here we are at the present, which is the beginning. Cosmos is renewed, and we are rewoven into it. Above, below, between, as it was then, as it is now.
Newly born and forever in existence, these hallows in our sanctuary, the well, the fire pit, and shrines mark the center of our cosmos, to which we are connected. Now gather yourselves, my friends, and let us get our powers pumping for the work ahead by singing the crossroads. Oh, sorry.
Crossroads where our hollows stand, center of the beginning and the end. There are ways to the many lands when we meet at the crossroads with offerings at hand. There's a way going westward toward the setting sun. There's a way going westward where the should belong. We will have a word where our time has come. That lane going westward. There's a way going eastward to heaven. There's a way going eastward where the spirits dwell. There are no flights tonight. Well, on that path going eastward into a secret place. So we meet at the crossroads where our hearts center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading upward to the many lands where we meet at the crossroads with offerings in hand. There's a way going downward beneath the eternal sweep. There's a way going downward where dreams are to sleep. In the easy God heaven, by the stream going downward into the open sea. There's a way going upward where the eyes are young. There's a way going upward where royal church flies. With offerings and always with messages on high. Upward to castles in the sky. So we'll see at the crossroads where our model stands. Center of the cosmos, beginning and the end. There are ways leading upward to the many lands where we meet at the crossroads with offerings in hand. There's a way beyond the sun and dew. There's a way toward the upward morning, night and dew. But we need ways of treachery. On the side, searching onward. There are stones out there, sacred where it's found. There are stones at the center where pictures may fall. The weary and the weary who tarry for a while at the sister, often transcendental love. So we're here at the crossroads where our hollows stand. Center of the cosmos begin, where our ways lead upward to the many lands. When we wait at the crossroads, with offerings at hand. Yes, we're here at the crossroads, but we're at the crossroads. Oh, we're here at the crossroads, with offerings at hand.
Hold on to that powerful. Together, let us join our powers to open the gates and the ways, marked by that we may link us directly to the worlds beyond. Ray, DJ, Viviana, John.
Where the gate is being opened.
Dark soil, last cover of the day. Dark soil, last cover of the day. Release the abyss and let the sharing walls unite. Shift, fill and shift. Mend and rend. Fill and shift. Mend.
Shift and rend.
Yeah, shift
Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend. Shift and rend.
reach westward in your rending darkness. Soil traveling to the very ends of the earth. Form a future branching ever westward and press out the bedrock in shearing walls and let the abyss appear. Let the gates to the underworld, the realm of the dead, be open. Be open.
O shimmer enchanted cloak, first veil of light, to the barrier, sever the threads, to the rear, to the front, to the right, to the left, stretch and tear, stretch and tear, stretch and tear, stretch and tear. Swift eastward in your bearing enchanted cloak, traveling to stretch and tear, stretch and tear, stretch and tear. Where the ranks sprinting ever, moving ever eastward, press out the fabric in rippling beats. Stretch, and let the attacks appear. Stretch, let the gates to the ethereal world, the realms of the noble ones, and the ways be open.
I gather this perpetual flame, that it, perpetual fire, that it, flame, may blaze the way crossroads.
Now draw up this spring water, that its flow may usher the way to the crossroads.
I'll churn mighty waters, calm the world, toss the waves, stir the currents, to the west, to the south, to the east and the north, churn and turn, churn and turn, churn and turn. Reach downward in your churning mighty waters, draining deep into the bowels of the earth, and churn and turn, churn and turn. Form a whirlpool, spinning ever downward. Press out to the cooling liquid in the Russian walls, and let a tunnel appear. Let the way to the netherworld, the domain of the earth deities, be open.
Almighty fire, gift from the skies above, lift the air, stir the winds, to the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north. Twist and burn, twist and burn, twist and burn, twist and burn. Reach the sky, burning mighty fire, rise up from the core of the earth. Twist and burn, 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 twist the scorching flames in a rushing wall, and let a tunnel appear. Twist and burn, twist and burn, twist and burn, twist and burn. Let the waves of heaven, the domain of the sky, be open!
Let the ways be open.
Let it flow with an inner light. Let all kindred might see and know that this is the crossroads between the ways. Now, as you have added, so it is. Are open.
Waves are open.
The ways stand open at this intersection. Yet we remain firm on the land, on the earth which is our home. Let us the call and issue invitation to our kindreds that they may join us here at the crossroads, the center which is the beginning, the present, and the end. First, Frankie will call on the gatekeeper, a guardian to stand at the center of these crossroads to the realms.
I call to you now. I call to you now. Anthony, of womankind, daughter of liberty and justice, bringer of righteousness. You fight for equality. Your fight for equality has built up endless possibilities. Back in a time where women were limited, you stood up for what you believed was fair. You believed women should have a chance to vote. You believed women should speak their mind. You believed women should stand up for what is right. You believed their voices should be heard because you never gave up on your beliefs. You gave women more opportunity. For that, you have helped women in America speak up for what they believe. For that, we call you tonight. Lady of righteousness, be welcome among us.
Lady of righteousness, be welcome among us.
Champion of justice, we are trusting you with these keys to our sanctuary and pray that you stand vigil before these open ways during our rite. Keep watch, Susan B. Anthony, that the flame not burn out of control, that the whirlpool does not rise above the well, and that the unwelcome, the dangerous, the inimical pass not into this sacred space to disrupt our worship. Now let us call kindreds with the song Kindreds 3.
Come down from the mountain, down the cross. May you gather here to us, and we welcome history. The flame that was within us, to the heart that beats the same. All the bodies born, and the kin of which we came. The that should rise up, we've gone across the sea. Return to be among us, and sisters welcome. There's groves of trees and mountains, but to the river song, and the beast to fill our world, forces we rely upon. Great souls of dreams, songs and worldly sea, come near to our fire, let's build a melody. The always love the powers of their light rise, and we're always down. We look up to the sky. We vow to live above us in the earth and in the sea. We are children called out to you, shining bright to welcome thee. So we can come from the mountain, may you come across the sea. May you gather to us, and we welcome him to thee.
My friends, please stand as you are able. Let us turn our attention to the ancient shrine, ancestor shrine, as Ray calls to the ancient ones.
Those bones that fly to this land, whose hearts are tied to it. Beloved dead, blood kin and heart kin, and of our blood, we offer you welcome. Those elder wise ones who guide their people, poets and seers, judges and magicians, wise women and men of ancient days, we offer you welcome. Ancient ones among us,
Ancient ones, be welcome among us. Now let us turn our attention to the nature spirit shrine, as Stanley calls to the noble ones.
To all schools of the knowledge of truths, all you ancient and better fathers and consider and inspired children, spiritual land, be welcome. To all schools of rivers and streams, to the cloud sisters and rain sisters, the fresh spring daughters, spiritual waters, we offer you welcome. To all the spirits of the creatures of the earth, you beasts who walk or fly or crawl or swim, of the creatures, we offer you welcome. Other ones, be welcome among us.
Noble ones, be welcome among us. Finally, let us turn our attention to the sacred center, as John calls on the shining ones.
John, let's go on off right now. It's not a hold down. Just click it and save. Okay. Just scroll. Click the button.
Other ones,
To all the shining ones, first children of the mother, wisest and mightiest, gods and gods. To the gods and goddesses of this place, ancient and powerful, known to us all, us unknown, gods of this place, we offer you welcome. Shining ones, be welcome among us.
shining
ones, be welcome among us. My friends, we have come now to the most important part of our rite. In a moment, we will invite the guest of honor to her seat and offer her our praise. Before that, though, let us take a moment to gather up that which we offer. We have many items available in the sanctuary which are appropriate for offerings. If you would like an offering made on your behalf, please click the raise hand button and state in the chat screen what you would like to have offered. If you would like to make an offering on your personal shrine instead, now is the time to ensure that you have what you need to do so. But don't offer it yet. My friends,
Go get your offering. Nancy says to heck with you.
Things over here too.
More?
I put them in two spots so it wouldn't back up. I see the one. Yep, I do.
Does anybody on our online folks wish to have an offering prepared for Abigail?
Can't really hear what's going on very well, so I'm not sure.
You're gathering offerings. It's time to get ready to give offerings to the being of the occasion, to Abigail Adams.
It's getting ready.
Okay,
Getting
give
ready
her
to
an
happen.
offering from me, please.
All right, we'll get you something poured up.
Thank you.
We should dance. Put your shirt on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Got the glass up here? Oh, good.
Anybody else on our virtual side need an offering prepared for Abigail? Anyone? Anyone? So just so you guys know, we do not have a Zoom tech tonight, so nobody can see any of the text chat while you guys are talking. So if you need to say something, go ahead and unmic for us. If I'm assuming nobody's answered, that we're ready to go.
Now do I say my part?
Now you say that.
Hi, friends. Please bring your attention back to the sacred center. Notice some magic in the fire. If you need collect your offerings or gifts to arrange an offering on your behalf, please continue in the text window. But it's time to on our guest of honor, and your attention and energies will make it easier for her to join us. To the divine beings, the heroes and honored dead, the fairies, gnomes, and other beings of nature. To all of you who have gathered at our sanctuary, we pray you join us and give the guest of honor in this holy rite here in our sanctuary. We call to you now, Abigail Adams. Which one is it?
Oh, what's that?
I call to Adams with your long dark hair. Artful back in the scene, Ron. I see an 18th century style long velvet dress with a lace trimmed shawl and a mob cap. Well, Abigail, you can dress quite plain, taking care of your home and your children, but you're quite aristocratic while hosting one of your many war. You stand close to your husband John and your 5 children, 6, lest we forget the one that was stillborn. You are self-educated women due to childhood illness, but the many books you read from your family's library filled your head well, and you mastered subjects most women of your time never even considered. Come, Abigail, join us tonight and be welcome. Lady of Vision, be with us.
Lady of Vision, welcome among us.
Could you jump in? brought you apples and tea. Yes. Think of it.
Set it up for her.
Thank you.
You'll win.
Behold, as we bring gifts to you, will you bask in the praise and accept that we have offered? Now it is time for us individually to present our offering to Abigail Adams. Please for other guests or until you are directed. If you would like to make an offering to the guests of honor, please come forward or check the raise hand button. Be welcome among them.
Accept the sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice.
Oh, accept the sacrifice. Accept the sacrifice.
Abigail Adams, first, second lady, and second first lady, accept this sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice. Abigail Adams, Lady of Vision, accept my sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice. That blesses on the table. One is for clarity. One is for accept the sacrifice. Accept the sacrifice.
Pray.
Clarity, you have more to say? Come up here.
You can speak now.
We can't see the text.
Hey, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to offer those as a gesture of gratitude. Uh, accept the sacrifice. Thank you.
Anyone else for Abigail?
There's another shot glass over there that's mine.
Okay. Stanley, take the mic. The camera. Thank you. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Abigail, accept the sacrifice.
That's
Thank you.
what Are there any other sacrifices to be made to our honored guests tonight? And let me remind you how much we honor Abigail, one last time. Abigail Adams, let me tell you how amazing you are. You were born November 22nd, 1944 in Weymouth, Massachusetts. You were the wife of the second president, John Adams. You were a mother of 6 children. Your first son, John, our sixth president of the United States. Yours was the first family to live in the White House, or the president's house it was known at the time. You took an active role in politics and policy. You wrote a letter to the Continental Congress requesting that they remember the ladies and do something favorable to them, that their ancestors. You are an advocate for women's rights, opportunities, and education. You believe that slavery was evil and a threat to America. Your husband, John, often asked your opinion on your time at the White House, although he did not always agree with everything you requested. You are an avid letter writer. You left behind some 1,200 letters between yourself and John that contained much love and candor. Letters historians have found and kept for posterity. They also found 430 letters to John Adams, John Quincy Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Mercy Otis Warren, James and Dolly Madison, Martha Washington, among many others. You were witty and uniquely commentator on political developments and social conventions. Your observations and insights shed light in Americans of your time. You took responsibility for your family's finances, unusual for a woman of your time. You demonstrated a thorough understanding of matters and successfully invested in the bond market and other public securities. You procured enough money to provide for your family through the end of John's lifetime. Sadly, you died in your home on October 1818 of typhoid fever, exactly 2 weeks shy of your 74th birthday. You're buried beside your husband and near your son John Quincy in Quincy, Massachusetts. Your last words resounded with us. Do not grieve for me, my friend, my dearest friend. I am ready to go. And John, it won't be long. We have given our love and wealth to Abigail Adams. Now, the fire, voices sound in the wells. Let our voices echo from here to the realms beyond. Abigail Adams, accept our sacrifice.
Abigail Adams.
For Abigail, we have given you our praise and our offerings. And now we ask that you indulge us as we offer to those who have joined us tonight. May you bless them as you now our guests have already received the lion's share of our bounty. If there are any other to remit the mighty symbols of us tonight, deities, nature spirits, or ancestors, you may take a moment to come forward and to do so or do so on their personal shrine. Please hand button, we have an offering made under the hour.
Jason, what offering you what?
Say again, BJ.
What offering do you want?
Oh, whiskey.
Whiskey?
Poseidon, god of the sea and many waters, help us protect the many bodies of waters in our world. That my sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice.
You doing good in here?
Yep.
Okay. Need anything?
Yeah, but it can wait.
There's no need for it to wait. I'm sitting out there watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm sitting on my butt doing nothing. Don't need to wait. What's up?
Well, it's just that I don't know the policy regarding leaving the house when there's only one staff.
He's got somebody in his
Right.
room. Just move
I
on
don't
to
know what
somebody
it is
else for
either.
now. Just wait. Just hold on to his and wait.
Just that there's
Bring it back and wait.
a credit card in the mail that I've been waiting for.
Right out there at the mailbox?
Yeah.
Oh. I can go do that.
Okay.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm just running right out to the mailbox. I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Does it need a key? I've never checked the mail before.
You need to mute Jason.
You have to understand that we don't have anybody on the camera, so we can't get to it easily. Accept this sacrifice. Jason, when you come back, you are muted. You'll have to unmute. Accept this sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice.
Come on. Accept this sacrifice. Accept this sacrifice.
phrase. Some wars are needed, some wars are not, but this one ends soon. Accept the sacrifice.
Are you ready, Jason? Jason, are you ready?
Jason, we have to meet you. So when you're ready, you have to unmute yourself. Meanwhile,
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Accept the sacrifice. Jason, are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
To all my personal deities, and mostly to my father, I miss you every day. Please accept this sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice.
All right, I have to go for the evening.
Good night, Jason.
Good night.
Hold on.
Good night, Jason.
accept the sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice. Bridget, let us acquire no being. Accept my sacrifice.
Accept this sacrifice.
Are there any more sacrifices to be made tonight?
One more. On account of its American, I'm switching it up a little bit, calling on Maui Picture. One of our own needs some help in his healing. Accept the sacrifice.
Accept the sacrifice. Are there any more sacrifices tonight? Please be seated. Please mute your mic. Here.
Let us be silent a moment. Let us breathe. Let our hearts listen. Let our minds be open. Let our spirits be receptive. Kindreds are gathered. There is a story to be told.
I got another letter today. She's such a clever woman. I can't believe I was so lucky to marry her. This is wonderful. I can't believe she writes the things that she writes to me. She is such a wonderful woman. But let me tell you, look at this part right here. Oh my gosh, she wants women to have votes. Republic. What is she thinking? What is she thinking? Doesn't she know? I mean, yeah, it says that men are in charge, but everybody knows that men are only married. Everybody knows that. There's not one man who sits at that table right there with us
Not one man who's on the council right now with us. Every one of us knows that there's a woman at home telling us exactly how to run this business. And she wants her own vote too. She's already got a vote. We give it to her. She's so clever. I can't believe she wrote all this. Well, now, I mean, you know what would happen? Do you know what would happen if we gave her the right to vote? It would be like over there in England where they're talking about that time when there was a queen running the place, a woman running everything. Can you imagine? Nah, we all know. Guys, we say we're in charge. No, we're not. And I mean, we don't really need to write it down that we're not totally in charge. No guy would ever in the future take advantage of that. We all know who's in charge. Really, my dear, this is such beautiful. I can't wait to come home and see you again. But I just, I hope, I hope Washington doesn't get ideas, because what would this country come to if we gave you two votes instead of one? My dear boy, I can't believe I'm so happy to have married you. Wait to be home again so we can discuss these things in better than on paper. This is just, I just have to go sit in.
Ancestors speak of the earth. Some solutions may appear more sustainable. Sure, they use an all natural resource, like the sun, or the wind, or tide. But we must remember to choose one that takes up less space, geographically, physically. So things may not be appear with solar and wind power. The nature spirits speak of the earth keeper as the more thorough race of the planets. I feel is our duty, and so does the earth, that we should take better care of the world we live on. In fact, things are turning for the better as we occupy less land, and we don't need as much land to produce what we need in terms of meat, chicken, eggs, and so forth. The shining ones speak of the witness. Sure, we may not always see each other. I mean, what harm is there if we're not caught? But there is always the eternal witness in the background. So while there may be no punishments for this side of life if you are not caught, on the other side, there could be consequences. Choose your actions wisely. Are always being witnessed.
The omen is good.
Repeat. Settle yourself. The ways stand open before us. Roads and whirling tunnels that reach to the far realms. Amongst us here, and just beyond the borders between our realms, there's a crowd of guests. As we have given our sacrifices in songs and poems, fine oils and alcohols and praise to the kindreds, Now we ask for them to deliver their blessings to us in return. We know that these blessings will be magnified many times by their greatness. Now, as you are able to stand, unmute your mics and speak truly. Is it your will to receive the blessing of the gifts?
It is.
Will you accept the gifts given without recognition, remorse, or regret?
We will.
Then ask of your own free will.
Give us the waters.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
Ancestors, we meet you at your shrine with the vessel that you may fill it to overflowing with your blessings.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us
Nature shrine, we meet you at your shrine with this vessel that you may fill it to overflowing with your blessings.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
Mighty deities, crossroads, with this vessel that you may fill it to overflowing with your vessels. With your blessings.
Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
With your act,
Give us the waters. Give us the waters.
that you fill it to overflowing with your blessings.
Give us the waters.
This vessel filled to overflowing, a glowing container of blessings. Behold, the waters of life.
Behold, the waters of life.
Please join me in addressing our guests by reading aloud the words from the order of service in the front of your songbook. Abigail Idle, shining ones, noble ones, ancient ones, we stand before you in pride, honor, and friendship, and accept these blessings which you have given. We give the first of our blessings to the patron of all deities. And to the patron of the grove, that those who support us may share in our good fortune. Pour out our blessings to those of the folk and the members of the grove who couldn't be with us tonight, through no fault of their own. May these blessings find them no matter where they are.
Waters of life. Waters of life. Oh, it's just funny. Oh, I'm not as tall as Gavin. You gotta hold it a little lower. Yeah. Actually, it was nice. Yep, child, I mean. Everybody got it? Letters of life.
Waters of life.
Lots of you need to come back to me.
No, you have to finish. It's summer. There's no time.
Maybe a little bit not that. Sure.
Need to get around just this one. You got one? Yeah. Waters of life.
Waters of life. Carrying us for a little bit fishing.
This rite draws to a close. Let us thank all those who accepted the invitation and hospitality for us tonight. Beginning with our guest of honor, Abigail Adams. Let us learn from her. She loved her children, but she still took time to take care of herself. She learned finances. She wrote many, many books, and she still was a great woman. All these years later, we still honor you, Abigail. We thank you.
Abigail, we thank
And with John at the Sacred Center. John,
you.
sorry. Sacred Center. Shining one.
Shining ones, eldest and brightest, we thank you for walking among us today. As this rite of ending, we give you this gift in parting, given out of love and asking nothing in return. Shining ones, we thank you. Shining ones, we thank you.
With Stanley at the Nature School.
Spirit of the earth, let it manifest on this metal plane. We thank you for your presence in this sanctuary today. We know that you remain among us always, felt but rarely seen. But as this rite is ending, We give you this gift in parting, but and asking nothing in return. Shining ones, we thank you.
Shining ones,
We thank you.
Thank you. Finally, with Larry, the ancestors shrine.
Mighty ancestors, spirits of those gone before, we thank you for joining us here today. As this rite is, we give you this gift in parting, given out of love, asking nothing in return. Ancestors, we thank you.
Ancestors, we thank you. Hero of womankind. You have stood with us at the crossroads. Your keen observations have kept the fires and water safely contained in their tasks. Your mastery of the keys has kept us safe from those who would travel to the sanctuary to disrupt our work. You have made it easier for our beloved kindreds to find their way to our sanctuary as our guests. You have seen each of them safely back to their own realms. For all of this and more, we thank you.
We thank
We
you.
thank you. Now, Frankie has some last words for our gatekeeper.
Lady of righteousness, bringer of justice, we thank you for your beliefs and actions. We thank you for your battles against those who belittle you. We honor you for bringing fairness and equality to this nation. You showed us to never give up. All you thought was right. You showed us how no one should be afraid to speak their mind. We thank you for showing us the way. Susan B. Anthony, we thank you.
Susan B. Anthony, we thank you.
Now, as our rite comes to an end, the bell, Liberty Bell, is no longer needed to guide travelers. The connection to the ways, too, are no longer needed at this nexus. So let us calm the energies and close the ways so that the veils between the realms may fall into place. John, fire. What is yours?
Mighty fire, gift from the skies above, steal the whirlwind, and let the fiery tunnel collapse. Calm the twist, calm the burn, calm the twist, calm the burn, calm the twist, calm the burn, calm the twist, calm the burn. Let the hungry flames dwindle until there is not but smoke remaining. Calm the twist, calm the twist, calm the burn, calm the twist, calm the burn, calm the twist, calm the burn. And let the clouds of smoke break apart, dissolving into gentle tendrils of scented mist. Let the way to the heavens, the domain of the sky deities, let the ways be closed. Mighty waters, soothing balm of the world, fill the whirlpool and let the watery tunnel collapse. on the churn, on the turn, on the churn, on the turn. But the rushing walls of liquid collapse inward until there is naught but a steady flow. Calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn, calm the turn. Let the current flow, spread, dissolving into the gentle lap, suck of water against its boundaries. Calm the churn, calm the turn, calm the churn. Let the way to the netherworld, the domain of the earth deity, be closed. Let the way be closed. Chant the quote, first well of life. Restore the charm, and let the pleats fall flat. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Press the stretch, tail. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Let the fabric be sewed until there is not but a seam between. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Tap the tail. And let the severed threads rejoin, resolving into a single shimmering line. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Press the stretch, tap the tail. Let the gates of the ethereal world, the realm of the noble ones, close. Let the ways be closed.
Dark soil last cover of the day. Release and let the shearing walls unite. Fill the ship. Fill the ship. Fill the ship. Fill the ship. Let the bedrock reform until there is but foundation below. Fill the ship. Fill the ship. And loose, let loose and the loom fall back, resolving into a mound blanket of memory. Let the gate to the underworld, the realm of the dead, be closed. The gate be closed.
The fountain is returned. The fire pit. The shrines are once again stone, and thus the ways are closed.
The ways are closed.
So this rite comes to an end. The kindreds has returned to their realms. The ways are closed. But yet, well, fire pit and shrines, tangible symbols of the cosmos, as it was in the beginning, as it is now, as it shall forever remain. When we depart this sanctuary, may these hallows echo in your mind, in your hearts, in your spirits, that they may continue to connect us to the realms beyond our own. Now there are last few thank yous to be given before we depart, beginning with Stanley at our patron shrine.
Forever look for this, even as you stand amazed when I say to where it is that you stay or go, regardless of the ways between realms, except the final gift, giving all of that and asking nothing in return. Hermes, we thank you.
We thank you.
Finally, we thank our host, great grandmother Earth. Let us never forget that she will always care for us, so long as we remember and care for her in return. So one last time I say, Earth Mother, we thank you. Earth Mother, we thank you. Now let us go forth into the world as kith, carrying with us the blessing of the kindreds and the spark of the energies of the realm. So be it. This rite is ended.
So be it. This right is ended.
When we find ourselves cold,
Huzzah!
Thank you for everybody on the screen.
Thank you for everyone who put up with our technical difficulties. Steve, Nancy, Bill, Polarity, Adam, even Jason, who's not here right, did make it for most of it. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Moving away, who we're gonna miss. Come on over here, Question Frog.
Thank you for including me. Bye bye. I guess I'll go. Good
Have a good
night.
night, Polarity.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Good night, Jonathan. Thank you for the reading. You did write it down, right? Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night, Steve.
Good night.
Good night, Adam. Thanks for coming.
How do you turn these off?
Just set them on the table. I'll get them.
Yeah, see you all soon.